Welcome to another B2 First ESL-lounge reading lesson video. Today we will be reading The Complaint That Changed Everything. Let's begin with some vocabulary. Complaint, a statement that something is unsatisfactory or unacceptable. Defective, not working properly, faulty. To rectify, to correct something that is wrong. Unsatisfactory, not good enough. Correspondence, the action of writing, receiving and reading letters and emails. To escalate, to make something become more serious or intense. Generic, not specific, common to a whole group. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. To go viral, to spread quickly and widely on the internet. Gesture, an action performed to show a feeling or intention. Great! Now you know the key words, let's read the story. It began, as these things often do, with a formal letter of complaint. In 2008, a university lecturer named Dr. Chris Williams bought a new laptop. Unfortunately, the laptop was defective, and after weeks of unsatisfactory correspondence with the company's customer service department, he decided to escalate the issue. He wrote a detailed 6-page letter outlining every fault with the machine and every failure of the company to rectify the situation. He sent it to the company's head office, not expecting much of a response. What he received a week later was a generic, automated reply that didn't address any of his specific points. Frustrated, Williams decided to turn his complaint into a creative and humorous protest. He composed a new letter, but this time it was in the form of a 16th-century Shakespearean sonnet, titled A Vexed Man's Complaint. He posted it on his personal blog, sharing his frustration in a witty and intelligent way. End of page 1. Let's continue. And then, something unexpected happened. The blog post started to be shared online. It quickly went viral. People identified with his frustration and admired his creative response. Newspapers picked up the story, and suddenly the company was facing a public relations nightmare. Their failure to deal with a single defective laptop was now a national news story. This is where the story takes another turn. Instead of releasing a corporate statement, a senior manager at the company, named Peter, decided to respond personally. He wrote his own sonnet in reply, apologizing for the company's failings in the same witty Shakespearean style. His reply showed empathy and a sense of humor. He posted it in the comments section of Williams' blog. This gesture was praised online as a brilliant piece of customer service. Not only did Peter arrange for a full refund and a new laptop for Dr. Williams, but he also invited him out for a coffee. End of page 2. Let's continue. Williams accepted the invitation. The two men, who had started as a frustrated customer and a corporate representative, discovered they had a lot in common. They shared a love for literature and history. That first coffee meeting turned into a genuine friendship that has lasted for more than a decade. The story is a powerful lesson in customer service. It shows that when things go wrong, a human, empathetic, and even humorous response can be far more effective than a generic corporate one. It demonstrates how a negative situation can be turned into a positive one, and how a simple complaint can sometimes lead to the most unexpected of connections. Okay, time for a few questions to check your understanding. Question 1. What was Dr. Williams' initial reason for writing to the company's head office? A. To apply for compensation under consumer protection laws. B. To report that his new computer was faulty. C. To offer his services as a professional writer. D. To request a job in their customer service department. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is B. The text states that the laptop was defective, which means it was faulty. Question 2. What prompted Dr. Williams to write the complaint as a sonnet? A. The company asked him to submit his complaint in a creative format. B. After receiving a standard reply that ignored his specific issues. C. He was a professional poet and always wrote in that style. D. He believed humor would be more persuasive than anger. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is B. The text explains he received a generic, automated reply that didn't address any of his specific points, which prompted him to write the sonnet. Question 3. Why did the sonnet complaint become such a serious issue for the company? A. Because influential bloggers started criticizing the company. B. Because the company's senior managers were offended by the humor. C. Because its popularity online attracted widespread media attention. D. Because it revealed private information about the company's finances. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is C. The text says the blog post went viral, and newspapers picked up the story, turning it into a national news story. Question 4. What was the key quality of the manager's response that made it so effective? A. It adopted the same creative style as the original complaint. B. It was a formal corporate apology that accepted full responsibility. C. It was a strong defense of the company's usual customer service record. D. It was an offer of a full refund and a replacement product. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is A. The text says the manager wrote his own sonnet in reply in the same witty Shakespearean style. Question 5. The eventual friendship between the two men serves to illustrate that. A. Business relationships often develop into personal friendships. B. The customer is always right in any dispute with a company. C. Handling a professional problem with a personal touch can build bridges. D. Shared interests in literature are the most important foundation for a friendship. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is C. The story of a frustrated customer and a company manager becoming friends shows how a personal approach can create positive connections. Question 6. What main lesson about customer service does the story teach? A. That all complaints should be dealt with in a humorous way. B. That offering a full refund is always the best solution. C. That showing genuine understanding is more valuable than sending a standard reply. D. That companies should never admit when they have made a mistake. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is C. The text concludes that a human, empathetic response is more effective than a generic corporate one. Let's quickly summarize the lesson. On this screen, you can review the main points of the text and the key vocabulary. Finally, here are a few discussion questions. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching this ESL Lounge video. Don't forget to subscribe for more lessons, and we'll see you in the next one.